It was a cool pre-dawn morning. Molly shivered and wiped the condensation from the car windshield. Beneath fading stars, she watched as her mother loaded some rubber bins stuffed with bubble wrap into the trunk. It was hard to believe that this was the beginning of what would become another stiflingly hot June day in North Carolina. Molly rubbed the goosebumps on her arms and climbed into the driver's seat of her mother's pearl-white Lexus. By 5:30, they were merging onto Interstate 85 south toward Seagrove, home of the Southern Potters. As Molly sipped her warm, sweet coffee, her mother offered her a banana. Molly crossly waved it away. "I can't eat at this hour. The truckers are the only people crazy enough to be on the road, and they're probably getting paid much more than I am. The other collectors are out here, too." "Oh," Molly moaned, ignoring her mother. "I wish I hadn't volunteered to cover these pottery fair things. I hate getting up when it's still dark." "They're called kiln openings, and once you've been to one, you'll be hooked for life. I know you." "Well, it was your idea to suggest these articles to Collectors Weekly, and now I'm driving instead of sleeping. My editor thinks a series on pottery is a great idea, and he never likes anything." Her mother examined a minute stain on her teal cardigan sweater. "The collecting world needs to be educated about Southern potters, and you're just the person to do it." Molly had been an English teacher at an exclusive private school for 8 years when the job started to wear on her. Though people assumed most teachers worked a short day and took summers off, Molly worked long days, graded papers on weekends, and spent every summer teaching extra classes in order to meet her mortgage payments. After 8 years, she felt that she had no time for herself. Whenever she did have a few moments to spare, she spent them attending auctions and browsing antique shops. Soon she was submitting articles to Collectors Weekly for extra spending money, and when a full-time staff position became available, she jumped at the chance to get paid for doing what she loved most. She typically wrote on the bigger-name antique auctions in the area, driving around Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina to snap pictures and interview auctioneers and bidders. Her articles featured detailed descriptions of the items that brought in the highest prices, as well as quotes from satisfied buyers. After covering the auction beat for a year, she noticed that more and more Southern pottery was appearing on the auction block and then disappearing at exorbitant prices. Knowing little about the subject, she asked her mother for a quick course on the world of Southern pottery. She had received a pile of books to read, but her mother warned her that the written word could never compete with the real thing. Molly would have to meet the potters and see them working in person to fully understand why people went wild over their wares.